Have you heard about medical assistance in dying MAiD in Canada? It goes far beyond how it works in certain states in the United States. When I heard, my mouth was on the floor. I'm Kerry Blaser, reincarnation of Mary Magdalene. I'm here to help everyone gain awareness about where we can heal and where we have wounds, where we're doing well and where we need to improve. And so I have my free ebook below, and at the end of the video will be one of my YouTube videos with my meditation shamanic drumming, because I can teach you how to heal your trauma at home. But let's get back to Canada and MAiD. First, I'm going to show you what is the definition of MAiD. And then we're going to see a video with Constantine, who I just love, who's so insightful, born in Russia, lives in England, has a house in America, speaks multiple languages, is a comedian. Man is amazing. So we'll see a video with him with a Canadian woman who is very knowledgeable on the topic. And so that will be really important for us. So first, let me share my screen and we'll see the definition of MAiD. I just Googled this. So let me read it to you. In Canada, MAiD stands for Medical Assistance in Dying, a legal process where a doctor or nurse practitioner helps a qualified, very important word, what does qualified mean? Individual end their life at their voluntary request due to intolerable suffering from a grievous and irremediable condition, with eligibility rules evolving to cover both foreseeable and unforeseeable natural death. Unforeseeable natural death. So we're going to assist someone in dying, but we have no proof that they are actually close to dying. That sounds like suicide to me, which is mentally ill. Okay? Through mental illness. Okay, so there's more there, but let's get down here. The conditions, okay? Let's highlight this. Initially, for those whose natural death was reasonably foreseeable, that's how it is in America, expanded in 2021 to include those with grievous, irremediable conditions where death isn't imminent. They're helping people commit suicide. The government. So that's why I call them a terrorist organization. That's my standard. My, married name is Buzoglu, Israeli. I've lived there, 3 kids from Israel. So I have quite a bit of understanding about terrorism. My niece was at the music festival on October 10th. Almost 10 of her friends were killed in front of her. First time I was in Israel, a man during the month of Ramadan in the West Bank went into a cave with 50 men, women, and children praying, killed them all, and then killed himself. 2 months after I married my ex-husband, Itzhak Rabin was assassinated. And I met my ex-husband in Tibet 2 weeks after he was with Rabin in Beijing. So, yeah, I know a few things about terrorism. And so I say that with confidence. So let me get the other screen share out, and we will listen quite a bit to what she has to say. Okay, not the whole clip, I'll link it below, but she really has some important insight for us all to open our eyes about why Trump is going so hard in so many ways to protect us all the way around, and why Alberta is voting for secession. Okay, there are legitimate reasons. Let me share again.
Conversation.
I looked at the criteria, and you have to have some kind of debilitating.
No. I qualify to call up and use MAiD today, right now. All I have to prove is that it's so distressing that I cannot live this way.
But that could apply to almost anything.
Groups of teenagers that were making a suicide pact, that once this went into law, they were all going to walk in together. We paralyze you first, your lungs fill with fluid 2 times the amount, and you drown to death, and it's a death by waterboarding or akin to drowning.
Kelsey, welcome back to the show. So good to have you. The first interview we did absolutely crushed. We talked about war and combat and mental health and all sorts of things. But there's actually something you've been talking about lately, which is very close to your heart. and is becoming a big talking point around the Western world. Like, I was on Question Time before we came here, and it was a big talking point in the UK, which is assisted dying. And you're obviously from the country that's at the forefront of all of this with MAiD. Let's talk about it. First of all, what is MAiD and how does it work?
Okay, well, thanks for having me back. You never know how things are going to go. So I was happy it went well. So MAiD is medical assistance in dying, but let's call it what it is. It's eugenics. It's not MAiD, it's eugenics. And the reason I say that so emphatically is because the statistic around who is using medical assistance in dying versus who is being euthanized are radically different. So the difference is the doctor who does MAiD is going to say, Constantine Francis, here's your drug. You have to take it. You can take it at home. You can take it with a doctor, you can take it with a nurse practitioner, but you're ingesting the drugs, okay? So these are the lethal injection drugs. These are the poisons you're going to put into your body. They're going to burn your mouth. They're going to burn your esophagus. And believe it or not, it's not a painless death. Or, which is being, yes, and so what it is that
she describes in detail, I won't show you the whole video, that it's not a painless death. I mean, we execute people with a lethal injection. That's a painless death. Like, the level of crazy here is just profound. But let's listen a little bit more.
This is medical assistance in dying. This is your drug. What Canada is doing, the rest of the globe is actually doing, is this, going, hi, I'm your doctor. You're sad, you're depressed, you're homeless, you're an addict, you're struggling. Give me your arm, I'll kill you. We're killing people, we're euthanizing people, and we're euthanizing people at a pace that matches the eugenics in the 1930s going into 41 to 45.
Well, hold on. I looked at the criteria, and you have to like have some kind of debilitating.
No. That is a false lie that the dying with dignity death cult has propagated across the globe with their $8 million and their lobbying arm of the liberal government. They have been around and had been admitting since 1994 in Senate that they've been killing people illegally. Period, full stop, end of conversation. Let's go back and talk about what this really is. This is a movement to remove the vulnerable, disabled, liabilities, burdens on society, full stop. That's what this is. This is not compassion and care, dying with dignity or empathy. This is let's remove the problems from society. So this is what it looks like. 2016, Canada decided with the Carter versus Canada case, they were going to challenge, there was a woman in British Columbia who was going to challenge the system to say, I want the right to die. Okay, cool. Well, then go kill yourself. Okay, go kill yourself. If that's what you want, that's fine. But when you start to lobby government, you start to change what happens and when the government gets involved with your life. So the reason this is a problem, and Liz Carr from the UK, she did a BBC documentary called Better Off Dead. I got to participate in it and meet her. And she said, Kelsey, I want you to understand why you can't even have a law at all. Because once the law is in place, you don't get to decide what's amended and what walks through it. And this is where we're at now. So 2016, Carter versus Canada happens. They win the case. All that it means is that it changed the criminal code to say that all doctors and nurse practitioners that participate are not liable for murder or homicide. That's all that happened, okay? And this was for track 1 only. Track 1 is specifically designed for the terminally ill, okay? That's it. Terminally ill, you have to have a foreseeable death. That's how like the wording is written. After that, in 2021, they had, again, people like Dying with Dignity lobbied the government again. Now here's your slippery slope. And they said, we're going to introduce track 2. Track 2 is for non-foreseeable death. This is where it gets nasty. So I qualify, by the way. I qualify to call up and
I'm having a hard time, so I'm just taking a moment. I'm going to give you to take a moment to take that in. Unforeseeable death. Helped by the government. I mean, when we, bomb someone, like, okay, October 10th, right? Like I brought that up for a reason. I'm very intuitive. Were my niece's 10 friends, did they have an unforeseeable death? That's terrorism, right? Maybe you see it different, but that's my opinion. Let's keep going.
Use MAiD today, right now. Track 2.
Why?
because of post-traumatic stress disorder, hearing loss, major depressive disorder, and a traumatic brain injury.
Why would that make you qualify?
Because it is considered grievous and irremediable condition. All I have to prove is that it's so distressing that I cannot live this way. Okay?
So that could apply to almost anything. Like,
he's getting it now.
Right.
Yeah.
So the fact that you have some kind of condition that makes your life uncomfortable and can't be changed, that would apply to lots of things. Obesity, for example. Right?
Diabetes, fragility,
right.
Homelessness, addicts.
But is that really happening, Kelsey?
Yes. It's happening in Canada. Quebec right now has the largest death count in the world.
So I'm going to stop it there, but I will definitely link the video below so you can check it out as you so desire. But that's government level mental illness. Suicide is I mean, I attempted suicide. I didn't know I was extremely mentally ill. My brain told me my kids would be better off with a dead mother than a live one. I mean, we all know that's not true. If I had died in 2019, I never would have, discovered that I'm the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene. I never would have experienced enlightenment. I never would have helped, heal myself, heal my kids, help all the men in my book, 2 fire academy instructors, led me back to JC, who's the head of global security at GoDaddy, help him heal. Like, I would have just missed out on all the good part, right? Like, I was just getting to the good part. Okay, so anyway, just some food for thought for everyone. There's a reason Trump's doing what he's doing. Okay, she gets into that video how there's ways of doing it where they fill up the lungs and it's very painful, or the drugs are painful. Like, it's a painful death for whatever reason. I mean, I haven't really looked into it beyond that video. That video opened my eyes. So I hope it opens yours. Anyway, I'm going to link the meditation shamanic drumming video. Please check out my ebook. Please like and subscribe to help my videos go around the world. And reach out with any questions. And you can check out my website at kerryblaser.com. And my book is My Inner Heroine, Exploring Feminine Pain. There's a link below. And yeah, my client services are on my website if you need any help. All right, take care. Bye.